Do you have an important belief you wish to talk about, to discuss?
Well, one of my beliefs is that I chose to come back here as who I am and where I am.
You chose to come back here as who you are and where you are.
Correct.
Okay. Tell me more about the belief, because how did you do that?
I believe that because it's intuition and it's what I've been studying and listening to for the past 25 years. And I believe we choose our next life. And I don't believe that, I believe I can come back as many different things throughout lifetimes.
So you believe in, I guess, is it
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation. Okay.
Correct.
That you were something else, another person before, and you chose this life, and then this life, after this life is over, you'll choose the next life.
Correct.
If I was to ask you, like, how do you know what you know? Like, what's the reason why you believe what you believe? What would you say, you think?
I would say it's pretty much intuition. I've done past life regenerations.
Intuition, a feeling?
Yeah,
maybe?
feeling. That deja vu where you've been there before.
Deja vu, I gotcha.
And, you don't know why because it's not in your current life.
On a scale from 1 to 7, how confident are you that your belief is true and real?
I would say 7.
Okay. And on a scale from 1 to 7, how important is it for you to believe in true things?
To believe what? I'm sorry.
In true things.
7.
How do you know your belief is true?
Intuition and just feelings, finding, searching.
So intuitions, findings, feelings. In that case, with your belief, do you think that intuitions and feelings and findings, is that a reliable way, do you think, to know whether your belief is true?
Yes.
How so?
It's just who and what I am. And, my teachings, my learnings.
Yeah.
And, how I feel about things. And
right.
My directional. I'm a dream solver. When I dream, I go to bed with a problem. I wake up with it solved.
Okay. I got you.
A direction on which way to go.
Let's suppose that Missy is sitting next to you. And Missy hasn't had the same experience you have with the gut feelings of reincarnation and feeling that is true. She hasn't had that.
Yep.
And she believes, this is Missy talking, she believes that it's not a thing, that we don't have reincarnation. We haven't had past lives, we're not going to have future lives. This is what she believes. I'm a third person, and I just want to know what's true and real in the world. If it's true, I want to believe it. If it's not true, I don't want to believe it. How could I find out, with you and Missy talking together, what's objectively true?
Well, I think everybody's entitled to their personal beliefs.
Yeah.
And, if Missy doesn't believe, it's not my job to convince Missy to believe.
Sure. Let's assume that we're all entitled to our own beliefs, and I'm allowed to believe what I want to believe, and Missy's allowed to believe what she wants to believe, and you're allowed to believe what you want to believe. That's okay. If I'm sitting here and I'm hearing you and Missy talk, and I want to know what's true, how could I find out what's true in the world? What's objectively real?
Well, I don't think you could find out from us talking because that's not going to happen. But I think that if you did a past life regression and went with an open mind, that you would find past lives that resonate with you.
So if I did if Missy did like a past life regression and what if she did all that, I'm just saying, and she just still didn't have that experience, that personal experience or that gut feeling, would we be in a spot to say that both beliefs are equally true, or one's maybe more closer to the objective truth, or the other might be more closer to the objective truth about what's real?
Well, I think it's all, it's personal belief. It's, it's like religion. What is your religion? You can argue the same factor with that. Why do you believe in, say, Jesus Christ and other people, Jewish people do not?
Yeah.
It's a personal choice. And I think that a lot of, what I believe I've been taught. and
Yeah.
I've been spiritually involved
Right.
with the communities, and
Yeah.
what I learn and what I've experienced
Sure.
is true for me. And I think that for you, if you wanted to find out whether it's true for you, you should try a past life regression.
Yeah, and I'm just asking you questions about what you believe, and I try to keep my beliefs out of it. Really, I really want to
Yeah.
know what you believe, and I'm just really trying to understand if Missy has not had that experience, and she tries to have the past life regressions, and she does everything she should do to have that experience of reincarnation, and she doesn't. Where are we then? Are both beliefs equally true?
For each other, for each person, yes.
So, are you saying that we both have our own personal truths?
Yes. And different different interpretations on personal views.
So, here's an example, and you can have this this pouch after I'm finished. This is spicy cayenne cricket bites,
Oh,
and if you'd like them, you can have this.
that's okay. I don't eat spicy cayenne, so
Oh, but you eat cricket bites. I
I
have
don't
another
eat
flavor.
either. I don't do either.
Okay. Let's suppose there's either an even or odd number of cricket bites in this pouch.
Okay.
I don't know what the answer is. I assume you don't know what the answer is, but could it be said that there is an answer there, either an even or odd number?
Yes.
Okay. In the case of your belief, could we say with past life and future lives that either it's an objectively real thing, it's a true thing that is true about the world, or it's not? Can we say that about your belief?
Yes, I believe it's true about the world. I believe that everybody's been somewhere before.
So your belief, you're saying, is an objectively true belief?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think if you're open-minded, or if you go into something with an open mind and say you did a past life regression,
Sure.
and my first one, I saw nothing.
Yeah.
And I followed a woman around. She did past life regressions, and I followed her around for about a year, and I kept saying, "You do those, right? You do that." So I was a doubter.
Yeah.
And then we did one,
And
and I was still, this is crap. This is bull crap. And then I did another one,
you had the experience of
and
it.
I had the experience, a real intense experience. And it's true with my life. For some reason, all my past lives, I've been in some kind of religious thing.
Right.
It's true. When I was younger, I wanted to be a Carmelite nun. Now, if you know me, you would be so far from being a Carmelite nun than the man in the moon. But that was something that I think I brought back in with me, that I had to learn to be quiet and listen.
Well, let me ask you this. What if I believe to my core that there is an even number of crickets in this pouch?
Uh-huh.
And I believe that it is an objective truth. It's a truth about the world. It's my belief, and I believe it is true. That there is an even number of crickets in this pouch. Let's suppose, just for the purposes of this conversation, that in reality, there's an odd number. How could I find that out?
Open up the pack.
Open up. There's a test. I could count it.
Yes.
Count the crickets.
Yes.
With your belief, and I know you believe it very strongly, if there was a chance, and I'm not saying this is the case, that your belief was not correct, it could very well be correct, but I'm saying if it wasn't, what test? How would you be able to know that your belief was incorrect if it was incorrect?
Only when I die, and that's the only way I'm gonna know.
So there's no,
there's no on the earth thing, that's gonna say you're right or wrong.
So it seems like your belief is not really a test that we could do.
Correct.
Is it useful, do you think, and please just tell me what you think, is it useful to have a belief, any belief at all, that can't be shown to be incorrect if it's incorrect.
Yes.
Because if a belief can't be shown to be incorrect, then how do we really know that it's true?
Well, I don't think it matters to what other people think. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think it really matters. I think that it's what you believe.
Yeah.
And your belief is your belief. And, I'm not going to run around and tell
Sure.
you that you're wrong or, you have to believe this.
Yeah. And again, it might not matter, and we're not telling other people what to believe.
Exactly.
I get it. So you're saying that it's okay to believe even if that belief might not be true?
Well, I believe it's true, so it's hard for me to say that, because my experiences in my life have taught me that, yes, that's true. And, it's...
If it wasn't true... And
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know?
No.
So it seems like this belief is with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I choose to believe that the hardships that I go through and the lessons that I'm learning in this life are lessons that I'm trying to correct from my past life.
Let me ask you this. If your belief was incorrect, I'm not saying it's incorrect, but if your belief was incorrect, would you want to know it?
No. And I don't think there's any way I could prove that it was, whether it was right or wrong. It's a belief.
In the very beginning of the conversation, I asked you how confident you are that this belief is true. And you said 7 out of 1 out of 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Are you still at a 7?
Yes.
And I asked you, on a scale from 1 to 7, how important is it for you to believe in true things? And from 1 to 7, you said 7, I think.
Yeah.
Are you still a 7?
Yes. And I think truth lies within yourself. I don't think that you could tell me whether I'm right or wrong or, anybody else could, because it's my belief.
And I understand that we're not telling other people what to believe. I get
Right.
that.
It's not like a political situation where I could sit here and, talk about facts or, try to dissuade you from something that you believe in. I could never do that.
Are you saying that
with
your
this.
belief is not based on facts?
It's based on my facts.
Can we have our own facts? If I believe, I have my own fact that there's an even number of crickets in here, but there's an odd number of crickets in here, is my own fact really a fact?
Well, it depends. If you open the package, you can believe all you want until you open the package.
And then we can count them.
Right.
And find
Right.
an objective truth, hopefully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My thing is, for me, I speak the truth
Yeah.
and I do what my beliefs are. I live my life.
Sure.
I own a metaphysical online store, and I believe in what my products are. I just don't buy what people want. I buy, of course, those products, but
Yeah.
I also try to tie them into something that I believe if they're buying product A, they should buy product B.
I get it. But how do you feel like this conversation went?
Fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you did too.
Yeah,
I really like to
I
know
did.
how and why people believe what they believe, and I feel like I got much better understanding of where you're coming from, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that, if you ever wanted to try it, find someone who does it. And it's a really bizarre experience.
I bet. Yeah.
And it's, and I believe that the way that my readings came from, my regressions,
Yeah.
that they show up in multiple times. And I was a non-believer in the beginning. I really
Right.
did not believe
Right.
until, it became fact for me.
Right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. And you have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you.